So basically, there was like a Daily Mail post about Emilie and the whole situation, and I just texted. I feel like God sometimes gives us some obstacles which we have to overcome in order to, like, I don't know, leave or whatever. Like, I had it in my life 100%. I was very sick. Like last year I had to, like, I was like coughing blood, and like I thought I'm gonna die. Like literally, like I had to switch 5 doctors. I had to do surgeries, and I couldn't breathe, and I had to like cough blood. And a lot of people started to ask me like, "Do you think God could do that?" Like, and I'm like, "No, it's not what I'm saying. Like English is my second language." I was just saying that sometimes in life you have such a like obstacle, or like something terrible happens to you, which you just like lying on the floor and you just like beg for like something to change. It is like the worst situation that could happen. You don't really see the meaning in your life. And I just felt some sort of like energy that why did it happen? And I was like, and she just gave a birth. People had to come over next day to fix pool. Like it was such a coincidence that you can't say that like, oh, you know what, it is just a coincidence. Like I'm 100% sure that it was just like planned before by like superpower to just give lessons or maybe like change our lives, from basic ones to more like deep ones, when you more like, you know, when you're involved in your life, when you're more like helping other people and everything. So for me, it was all about that. And you know what, there are recent news like her husband Brady placed 25 sport bet. First of all, he did that 1 hour before what happened. And you know how fast people right now live, how fast everything is changing. Like, what is it 1 hour before? It is like nothing. It's like it's a very long time ago. You know that it doesn't characterize him as like bad parent. And if you're gonna like open her videos even like a year ago or like whatever, it's gonna be like her is gonna be like with the child all the time, and Brady is gonna be always with him, babysitting him. He was like a stay-at-home dad, and I feel like he doesn't really deserve be on this like negative thing, like everybody talking about him like so negatively. So there, it's just terrible. I feel like it's just crazy how terrible it is. And the news, recent news, is just like crazy. You know what happened? That Trigg just drowned, and there are so many different comments which I can't even read. This is so deeply depressing on so many levels. And so he fully lied about the entire event in the first interview. And when they saw on the cameras what actually happens, they still didn't charge him with a crime. Insane. So, first of all, he didn't lie, it was just a shock. He was in the shock. You remember that he even took his t-shirt when he tried to save his son. It was just a post-shock syndrome. He didn't know how to react in this situation. He was not prepared. It was the first time it happened. He was shocked. It's like, why would you blame him for like lying? He didn't lie. He was just like, oh, he Trick probably was out without supervision for like 2 minutes. That's what he thought, and it was also like a new experience for him to babysit a newborn. So I feel like it is just obvious that he didn't do that by purpose. I just honestly want to open my YouTube channel so I can see if there is any commenting section, because I use OBS for streaming, and I just basically like I can't really do anything with it. My videos live. So okay, I think that now I can see myself. And so he fully lied. I don't agree with that. For whatever reason, he didn't check on a 3 years old alone outside near a pool. I agree with that. Like I do have 4 nephews with whom I used to babysit like for like probably 10 years. And I remember even when they would be 5 years old, I would be so paranoid. I would just like open the door 20 times. I would never let them be outside without me. They would always sit on the couch and I would just like a bird, I would like watch them. It just was so intuitive for me. And so for me, the fact that that is what's happening, that's what happened to them. It's just like you can't leave your child with a man who is not like a woman can watch your child, because there are some parents like my dad, for example. He has 3 children, he has 4 grandchildren. He never had any bad experience with them, but it just sometimes you can't trust him because he doesn't watch them the way I watch the child, even though I don't have children. It's more like he watches him as a man. He just like, okay, I'm gonna go outside. And then you notice that the child is not even in the crib. So you can't really like trust, 100% for the person, because it's like not everybody can do that. It is so sad. I mean, I'm just super sorry about it. The dog was acting erratic watching the boy drone, and that's why he went out to check that what's going on. This is 100% true, and I heard about it too, and that's what happened. So the dog couldn't swim, and the dog saw that something was weird in the pool, and the dog basically started to watch, like, oh, what's going on? And Brady reacted, yes, of course. So what about it? Like, okay, it's not like, and so many comments start to text like, oh, the dog is better parents than Brady. That's not true. Brady took his son all over the world, all over like different cities. He was watching him. He was super amazing dad. Even the same day everything tragedy happened, he woke up at 6 a.m. and he went to like drop him here, drop him there, take him to McDonald's. So they were super together involved, parent and child. So I don't really think that he's like not enough parent or something. This is just stupid if somebody thinks that. And so, wait, let me check something out. Getting some messages from another people. Okay, so now I can see myself. And you know what? I feel like it is just such a help if we as a community gonna just be nice towards a couple who lost their children. You should think about past when something happened and people used to help each other. We have to be like a nice people. It doesn't matter. Everybody say like, oh, she has like a $2 million house and she couldn't like put a fence. You understand that it's not about money. It's more like they already hired the company who's supposed to come tomorrow. We have to be kind. I mean, it's just something that we all as a community have to support. And it just, I'm not a follower of Emilie, but I saw it on the news that this tragedy happened, and I just started to feel like anxious every day. I was like, how is she, and I was like, okay, I have to like do short video about it because it's just terrible. And now I'm going Colorado Thursday with my boyfriend, and so I decided to make a short video before I go because I wouldn't have time later. Okay, so she was gone for just 22 minutes before the baby started drawing. Apparently the first time she gone out since having the second child. This man couldn't responsibly watch his own kids for just 22 minutes. They are both to blame. So let me tell you something. First of all, yes, 22 minutes because she arrived to the restaurant and we know the timing that she arrived to the restaurant and the tragedy happened at the same time. But at the same time, we know that it doesn't matter. Before, for 3 years, he was an amazing dad. So before he used to sit with the child every day and like take him out everywhere. And he was a stay-at-home dad, which she agreed to be. Like, okay, Brady's gonna be stay-at-home dad, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it happened in 22 minutes. It could happen in 40 hours. So you're gonna judge him like differently? It's just so stupid. You can't do that. This isn't even basic struggling with a newborn and a 3.5-year-old. This felt unrelated and had a typical, he's always kind of negligent vibe. 10 minutes without eyes on a toddler outside? No, not even with a newborn. Not even 1 minute. Why is the kid outside and you inside? It makes no sense. I agree with that. I think that you have to be inside with a child or you have to be outside with two children, 100%. Like, I remember I was watching my nephews and I couldn't leave them even for like 1 minute. Like, I would basically just like a bird watch them like crazy person. I would like, if they would fall asleep, I would just shake them like, what's going on, like wake up, because I was so anxious and I can't even imagine what happened, like how he could leave them for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is just too much. I agree 100%. As a parent, I get that no one can be perfectly attentive every second of the day, but this isn't about being perfect. It's about basic safety. So I agree with that because when I was a child, I was like 5 years old, and we went to the funeral of my grandmother with my parents. And I don't remember how it happened. Somebody gave me a piece of meat and I choke on it. And my dad, who was at the time 44 years old, and he was just like, it was terrible. I still remember I was such a small child, and this is my first memory of myself that I'm choking and I'm staying next to the huge car, like a microbus, and I'm like, and I look at my dad and my sister, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna choke right now. I remember that terrible, terrible feeling, and I run to my dad and I'm like something is in my mouth, and he took it out, so he saved my life. It's just terrible, just crazy. So yes, you can't leave anybody for more than like 1 minute. An unfenced pool is an unacceptable level of risk. I'll never understand it. That poor baby for 7 minutes. Absolutely tragic. I think it was more like 10 minutes. And yeah, it is tragic. I feel like it was preventable, but it's like it's already happened. And at this moment, we can just support the family, I feel like. Why the fuck did he stop to take off his short before jumping in the pool to get to his son? I fell in a pool as a toddler and my dad jumped in fully clothed with zero hesitation to get me. And I feel like it's all about shock. Like, people jump sometimes even with the phone, but it's all about shock. Like, Brady was shocked. He didn't expect it. He was like, oh my god, what's going on? And he had a drink before, I don't know, with alcohol or like without alcohol, doesn't matter, but he was not expecting it. So I think it just was a shock. My mom was the most put together, made up, fancy woman you've ever met in your life, and she wouldn't be caught dead actually swimming in a swimming pool for pleasure. But when my toddler cousin fell into the pool at a hotel while we were having lunch on a patio, my mom dove right in after her in full glam, posh outfit and shoes, and pulled her up by her hair. I will never forget that. I mean, that is amazing. And I feel like you have to do that. Yes, in order to save the child, you definitely have to do that. And it's just like 100%. Like, you have to do that. Um, I'm sorry that lighting is not good just because I had no time for like to run and like try to put it together. but I feel like it's okay. Not as bad. Really unbelievable. He couldn't at least keep his kid indoors while watching NBA game. If it wasn't a dog alerting, he wouldn't take longer to notice. Um, and another person said they even had a TV outside. He could have been watching it on TV outside. He chose to separate him completely from his toddler, and then he threw his newborn under the bus by initially blaming it on him. Oh, not to mention the poor 3 years old essentially paid for the pool he drowned in. It is just heartbreaking and gut wrenching all around. I agree with that because they got a lot of money from just showing the Trigg's life on Emilie videos, which you can say that it's like child, labor exploitation, which I agree. But at the same time, it would be okay if she would just like save all this money and put it on his um, account, and when he's like 18 he could buy a mansion for himself. But if she used that money for herself, I feel like if Trick is on the videos, she had to split the income and just like, okay, you worked for that. But that's what happened, and she couldn't even like protect him. Yeah, I feel like I honestly blame Emilie even more than Brady, as bad as it sounds, just because she like mention all the time that he is a stay-at-home dad, and she would, and he's from Mormon family, so he's super traditional. And I remember I'm also from a super traditional family, and I remember that I thought like, oh my god, for him probably it was such a like terrible thing to do because he felt himself so miserable. He was depressed. Like lately you could see on the videos they would go travel like France and like everywhere, and he would just be like he's super miserable, like he's so depressed. Why? Just because basically she would be a breadwinner. She would say it. It's not like she would just say like, no, everything is like 50-50, we both work. No, she would say, I'm a breadwinner as influencer and Brady just a stay-at-home dad. And ha ha ha, we love it so much. So she would always put him down. And I felt like he felt so uncomfortable because of that. Literally, like I felt it like a couple of times. And I mean, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, honestly. So, genuinely don't know how he isn't being charged. Why would you charge somebody if he already has that sentence for himself for his whole life? If he's gonna be just somebody who's gonna blame himself all his life for the death of his child, if he's gonna be like so depressed till like the end of his life, like it's just terrible. It's like, what do you think? He already punished himself, obviously. Oh my god, how horrific. Yeah, I agree with you. So, okay, next comment. Brady looked outside and saw the dog looking in the pool and had a poor feeling as soon as I saw it. It was out of the ordinary to see him standing there looking in the water as he was. So I had stood up and I immediately went out there. I asked Brady about his statement that he looked out when first went outside and what he saw. He claimed he saw off the grass by the diving board. And they have like a diving board, and at the same time, if the child he was like playing with the chair, with inflatable chair, and Trick fall in the pool, the problem is not that he can't swim. Because from the beginning I was like, didn't they like teach him how to swim? He's 3 years old. No. The problem was that they had such an expensive, humongous pool that this pool had no exit. They had like one exit, which was like so many meters another direction. So they would have like deep level with like jumping section where Trigg probably trip out when he was playing with chair, he fall, and then he couldn't get out. That's the most important part. So he basically, maybe if there would be some areas where you can like crawl, he could do that, but he couldn't do that. Just that's what made me angry. I asked Brady about his statement that he looked out when he first went outside and what he saw. He claimed he saw of the grass by the diving board. I challenged Brady about that statement because never went into the grass area. He responded, "That's my best recollection of that." So basically what happened is that Brady, of course, he's in shock. So whatever he said that he's a father of the child. It's not like he did that by purpose. It just happened. I feel like we can't blame him anyway. Like, you just can't blame him. I stressed that what he was telling me and what was on the video are different. So basically, they have a video, and like you can text me in the commenting section. I'm gonna record this video, and you can like text me in the commenting section. What do you think about the situation? So basically, uh, they do have hundreds of cameras like around the house, and Brady said his statement, and now it is not true. But he was just stressed. So he recognized that he doesn't know exactly what happened with his son outside, and again stressed that he was watching his kids, but at the time was focused on small child basically. We spoke for several minutes about the amount of time Trick was outside and what Brady was doing during that time. He insisted that he wasn't on his phone, and even though the basketball game was on the TV, it's not where my focus was. It was on my baby. So basically, if the TV was on, it doesn't really matter because you can like watch the TV just as a music, and you can like concentrate on your child. But I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Okay, we spoke for several minutes. For the record, the game that was on the TV was Game 4 of the Knicks and Celtics. It was still on the TV when officers arrived and can be seen on BWC. So they basically saw it on the camera of the policeman. So that's what happened. I went over several of the discrepancies between Brady's initial statement and what actually happened. I mentioned Brady's claim that the last place he saw Trigg was playing on the hot tub platform. It isn't like it crazy that he was playing there. I mean, I don't want to even read about that. Just something crazy for me. Did I just read that Brady recounts seeing the toddler near the diving board and hot tub and didn't do anything? Yes, that's what you read. Yeah, that just makes it worse. If that's even possible, he recalls seeing his toddler in two places that should have caused immediate and urgent concern and response. And he what? Shrugged and went about his day. What the fuck, man? Apparently, Trigg was in the water for 7 minutes. I mean, 7 minutes is a crazy time. It's such a huge amount of time that it's just unbearable to even recollect in your mind. 7 minutes, just crazy for the toddler for 3 years old. Like, if I would sit with my child, like with my nephews, I would just be like 100% involved. They have to be right here next to me. I mean, just so sad. How he isn't being charged with something is infuriating. I mean, what can you do? He already lost his child because of his negligence. What else can you do? Christopher Scholz was charged with first-degree murder for leaving his daughter outside in a hot car while he played PlayStation inside the house. Wonder why the Maricopa County Attorney's Office is not charging Brady Kaiser. I feel like this is the same level of negligence. Yes. Unfathomably sad. I could never forgive him if I were in Emilie's position. If this isn't ground for divorce, I don't know what is. This is so sad. Just thinking about this is making me tear up. I was just talking to my mom and sister yesterday about how I would not feel comfortable taking my little nephew, who is about this age, to the pool alone, even just for a couple hours. I need a partner to feel comfortable, and everyone was in agreement. You cannot lapse in attention around water ever. I mean, I could easily take my nephew with me to the pool, but you have to be 100% involved. You literally have to lay down, keep him on your knees, or like go to the pool, swim together. Always carry him around, or just have a leash. Like there is a like for $1 on Amazon, you can buy like a leash which you can attach your child to yourself and just walk around. If you so fucking like, if you're so unresponsible, just do that. It's just crazy. They had to put alarm on the doors. They had to put fence on the pool. They had to ask babysitter to sit with the child. Like you have $2 million house. You have four grandparents live 1 minute away from you, and you like he Brady didn't work. The father, he had no job. He was a stay-at-home dad, which he didn't even do. I mean, it's just terrible. It's basically like everybody say like, oh, he has like a detailing service for the car. He never had it. He had it for like a day, and then it went bankrupt, and he doesn't work there anymore. He just stayed home dad. That's it. Okay, sad. This is so sad. Just thinking about this is making me tear up. Agreed. I was just talking. Okay, that's we already read. I don't want to repeat it. I know he didn't intentionally harm the baby, poor baby, but that kind of negligence to place a damn bad, I don't know. I'd have to file for divorce. It's not about the bad because you can like put thousands of beds, but your child can be alive. It's all about negligence. It's all about that he was not like in the moment. He didn't watch him. If he would have Trigg on his shoulders or like right here and put a bat, it's not about the bat. You can just say like, oh, this is a bat. No, it's not. Crystal clear 24. It is not a bat. It's not about that. So having a pool, especially with young kids around, is a huge responsibility, and people don't take it seriously enough. Same with guns. Benglafil. So there is some truth. Yes, if you have a pool, you have responsibility. The same as if you have a piece of fucking chocolate and your child suffocate on it. You just have to be involved. It's not like, oh, you have a pool. Banglafin, that's not correct. Princess Plastilina. He had a gambling problem. Many husbands of influencers are unemployed. And I can tell you that I agree with you. So Brady, he used to be in Mormon church, then he exit and he didn't know what to do, and he didn't work. He never worked in his life. His parents were dragging him from Hawaii to another like Utah, Arizona. They would pay for everything, and he was so lazy to even babysit with his child. But I mean, he got super lucky to meet Emilie. Emilie started to be a breadwinner, and Brady just was placing $25 bet on his phone every day from the allowance which Emilie gave him, which is, I agree with your assumption, and I put like on your comment. So I think this generation of women loves to do it all, and it's awesome that they can do it. But men need to pull their weight too. You don't want a homosexual who doesn't take care of the kids and doesn't work. It's crazy to me. I agree with you absolutely. And I can say that, especially like if you move from another country, I moved from another country to America, and there is such a drastic difference between roles, like traditional patriarch roles, and now it's like crazy, like another leftish side. I agree with you, absolutely. She would do home renovation work at 8 months pregnant, get in letter to clean the high windows. And at no point he offered to help, so his pregnant wife didn't have to do it. Women shouldn't enable men like this. She fought hard to keep his information from going public. She blocked people who blamed her husband. I don't think I could do that. No man is worth this pain. I don't know what can I add for that. It's just amazing. Amazing, smart statement. Yeah. She put too much on his shoulders, and don't forget, please, that this renovation she needed for her project, for her TikTok, Instagram, YouTube accounts. He didn't need it, and she put too much on his shoulders, which he didn't deserve, which he wasn't ready for. So that's what you got. You got backfire just because she put too much. She did it too crazy. She messed it up, and now you see what is going on. The oversaturation of sports betting is geniusly dangerous. Agree with you. I will put like on your comment cranberry limeade for 20 because I agree with you. That's crazy. It's definitely something I could never forgive. Careless pause. What does pause means? I'm curious. Pause. I don't know. Okay, but top pomegranate you got like from me. I mean, the lack of safety protocols basically means they did intentionally harm their child. Yeah, that's what I think, because it is the same as if you would have like a huge dog, or if you don't have alarm on your doors, if you have your windows and you live in skyscrapers and you don't really put any safety net on the window. I don't understand whatever happened to the law. They say a swimming pool can't be built without surrounding, locking, 6 foot fence. Can't true. That used to be the law. The swimming there is a law, but Jacob blows that's just the law, but nobody have to like nobody follow it. You see. Oh my god. As far as I know, it is law in Arizona. I'm not sure how the Kaiser got away with it. This is a clumsy mention. I absolutely agree with that, a clumsy. Really, I'm not American, but I feel like a lot of the celebrity houses I see have unfenced pools. Agree, because they needed to be beautiful. That's a problem. Exactly, charge them both. Take their new baby away from them. Sorry, had to burp. I wouldn't be shocked if she'll wait a little bit, hoping it will blow over a bit and then file for divorce. I wouldn't be shocked if she'll wait a bit and then return to TikTok, okay? What are you talking about? Afraid sense. It's just stupid. This reminds me a bit of the Arizona case where the dad locked the toddler in the heat for hours so he could play video games and drink. The mom was an anesthesiologist and the dad was a stay-at-home. Christopher Shutlers. Something like that. I agree with you, yes. I feel like stay-at-home dad, it doesn't really work. It just doesn't work. I mean, it just doesn't work. The sheer amount of stupidity, laziness, and negligence that led to the situation is staggering, from disabling door alarms, not having a fence despite so many people telling them to install it. They used to block people from commenting sections because they said like, oh, you need alarm, or you need a door, or you need a pool fence. That's terrible. Right, I have to go.